Hi all and welcome back to the channel. Today we will be reviewing another episode of Baddies Caribbean. Last episode they were in Barbados. They had a good little time. This episode they are heading to Puerto Rico. So let's see what they can get into in Puerto Rico. Okay, so for this first scene, it is Jayla and it is Sapphire. They're just talking and talking about the good time they had and getting prepared to leave and go to Puerto Rico. There's really not much going on in this scene. There's no drama, just them two talking and talking about the other girls. So they get into this debate about who's the nice one, right? And to me, Sapphire does win that because she was so nice. She was fake to her friend. And I think she's nice to a fault. I really do. And Jayla, she's fake nice to me. Jayla is very fake nice. Like she's the fake spiritual girl, but she's just as a big of a bully as the girls that aren't spiritual. Like it makes zero sense to me. For scene two, we got Tinkerbell and we got Slim just talking about how hyped they are to go to Puerto Rico and how bonded they have gotten over the last couple of days. And Tink proceeds to say how they better make them roommates at the next house or they're going to be sleeping in the same bed, which I think is kind of cute. Even though they haven't known each other long, the bond is cute. I like to see a couple people get along, so at least they gave us that. Even though Lemmy Pepper might have been the one to tell us, or to tell them to get along. But you know what? It doesn't matter. It's a cute little clickety click. So we're going to see what they get into together. Oh, Slim's confessional look is so cute. I really like this look on her. Okay, so in this next scene, Scotland has lost her passport. Okay, so for this next scene, we got Scotland who has lost her passport. She says she's had it, but she can't find it in none of her bags. And guess who laughs? Her bestie Natalie. Like Natalie does not care about anybody. Like she literally said, "We're not gonna wait on you." And like to laugh in her face, that was really, really messed up to me instead of comforting her. But Scotland's confessional look in the next scene was really, really cute. So yeah, that's a side note for her. She's been dressing, like no rant. She has been dressing. Okay, so for this next scene, Scotland's passport ends up getting found by one of the producers, and she's just so happy, y'all. The girl didn't cry this more she because she couldn't find his passport. So she found her passport and they all board the plane. Okay, so for PJ number one, we got Jayla, Natalie, Scotty, Diamond the Body, and Sapphire, which I think is a cute little group. You know, the typical group Natalie usually takes with her, plus a couple more. I think Sapphire really did what she had to do last season to get in Natalie's good graces and to get to be able to hang out with her, which I think was very messed up. But anyway, let's continue. So Natalie's basically letting Diamond and Sapphire know that they are on the OG jet and they should appreciate it because the other girls don't get to ride with them and that they're doing it big. So Natalie gets in her confessionals and says Diamond's on this jet because her and Tinkerbell can't get along and she doesn't need any of that drama on the planes, which is cool. She's basically just letting us know she's not on the jet because they're cool. She's on the jet because she has to be. They really don't like Diamond, and I can peep that shit. They really do not fool with Diamond. Okay, so for PJ number two, we got Tasiki, Slim, Biggie, Mariah, Meatball, Callie, Tinka, and Bianca. Basically the rest of the girls get to ride on a PJ together. We're gonna see how this goes because I don't even think all of them really get along, but I hope they can get along long enough to be on this PJ together. Do y'all see how group two is? Do y'all see how these girls are stacked up like a can of sardines in this PJ? Like Natalie really went out for her group, but she did not go all out for this group. Like she really gave them the most basic PJ she could find. Like you can really tell who her favorites are and who's not her favorites based on like the treatment on the show. And to me, that's really messed up because you need to treat everybody the same. Like this is one big show. Let's treat everybody the same. Let's get two of the same PJs so everybody can be on the same level. Like Natalie is so shady, and I understand she might not have nothing to do with it. It could all be production, but she tries to make it seem like she owns everything. So I'm gonna blame everything on Natalie. Fuck it. So Diamond gets in her confessional and she's just saying how much of an amazing time she had besides having to fight people, which I understand because you can only enjoy yourself so much when you have drama going on the vacation. Like I completely understand that. So Sapphire asks Jayla, like, what about Gretchen? Like, what's up with that, her and her drama? And basically Natalie gets in her confessional and says, due to ongoing drama with Gretchen and all the girls, she has to ride a completely other jet. Which I understand because you're not gonna get on here saying nigga with us. You're just not. So Jayla gets to crying about her little scar, which I understand because when you got pretty skin and somebody just messes it up, especially in this visible ass spot, like come on now, I would be really, really upset about that. Like you gonna put your dirty ass teeth on me. Your dirty ass teeth, you gonna bite me with them. Okay, bitch. I would never get over there. We would never be cool. Okay, so the girls finally arrive in Puerto Rico and they're all excited. They're all hopping off the PJ, ready to see what they're finna get into in Puerto Rico. And I'm excited to see too. Like, come on now. Like, let's have some fun. Let's take some ass. A little bit of fighting. We want to see a little bit of that. But come on now. Let's have a good time. Y'all on all these beautiful ass places and be ruining it so bad. So the girls get in the house, and to them, the house is okay. It's very much different from what they usually stay in. It's kind of like a hotel, but a house at the same time. Like there's suites, and they're all connected, but they're all very private. And I kind of like that because I need my own space. So I understand if they do. Of course, Natalie gets the master suite, and she says this is how the CEO, the EP, is supposed to sleep. But we all know Natalie gets the master in every house they go to. Of course, Scotland and Jayla got to come in and kiss her ass and say they want to sleep with her. That's just what they do. So Sapphire's also there with them, and they're all just really excited about the trip, just hyping it up and everything. So let's see what they get into like after they get settled in the house. I'm kind of excited to see. Like, there's so much to do in Puerto Rico. I've never been, but like I've seen TikToks and stuff about Puerto Rico, and there's so much to do down there. They better have a good experience. Okay, so Meatball gets to her room and she realizes that there's two beds in one room and then there's one in the other. So instead of Tinkerbell go with her sister to sleep in the room where there's two beds, she goes in the room with Slim and sleeps with her. And Meatball was like, okay, I expected my sister to come in the room with me and sleep, but she went with Slim, so it is what it is. I just went in my room. Yeah, Biggity walked in here looking like a whole stud. She is rubbing her hands together like Birdman. I'm just waiting on her to pull this strap out this backpack and some more shit. Like, come on now. But she look good. She giving very much tomboy. I love this little sweatsuit on her. It's cute. So Siki and Mariah end up in the same room and they're debating on who's gonna get that room because it's not the best room. I ain't gonna lie. The bed's kind of small and Siki was like, you little as fuck. You can sit in this room. But Mariah was like, hell no. She said, I don't want to have to fight you over this room. Like, come on now. And she really don't. She don't because she gonna get her ass beat. So Natalie and Slim sit down to talk, which I think like Slim's really like she might be trying to sleep with Lemmy Pepper because only the girls that Lemmy Pepper wants get this much camera time and be new. Lemmy Pepper gotta want to be in your drawers. Come on now. So Slim decides to address Diamond and ask her, you had a problem with me and Tinka's friendship. Like, did you ever come to your senses and realize that you was wrong as fuck for addressing me and D up on that mountaintop? And Diamond was like, she thinks that they're being followers. She said it gives follower vibes. Like, come on now, you just met this girl and you picking a side with her. Like, I get where Diamond's coming from, but you can't be in the middle of who decides to be friends. Like, if they decide to be friends, cool, but they definitely shouldn't have said anything about what you and Tinkerbell had going on because that was none of their business. So Slim let Diamond know that she's wrong for hitting Dia, and Diamond was like, "Girl, she should never came in my face." But I agree with Slim on this one. Like, Dia was literally in your face talking to you. You randomly pop her. Like, Diamond was wrong for that one. She really was. So Natalie lets everybody know that Dia had to go through a whole different process to get on the jet to go to Puerto Rico. And I would really like to know what that process was because I know she's from the island. So I wonder what her passport process was like. I really do. So Diamond gets in her confessionals yet again and lets us know that she's not done with Slim, and when the time is right, she's gonna complete her. Like, come on now. Natalie lets the girls that are sitting with her know that Asian Doll's supposed to come in today. And Diamond's like, I just want to talk to her about why she unfollowed me on Instagram. And come on now, people unfollow people all the time. You cannot let a bitch know that you're that pressed about an unfollow. Like, come on now. Oh, excuse me. So Natalie disperses her, Slim, Sapphire, and Diamond and says, go get dressed. We're going out. We're going to have a good time. We're going to have another meeting, which we all know what that means. When Natalie calls for a meeting, it's fight night. Like, come on now. So they all disperse and go get dressed. So headed up the stairs, one of the girls says, I'm tired of chips and Casamigos. And if Natalie really be feeding these girls chips and Casamigos on the daily and they got all this bag that they be chasing, come on now, chips and Casamigos, bitch. Like, can I get a little meal with the casa, a little something? What the fuck? So Callie and Gretchen decide to go on a little 101 so they can talk and Callie can really get an understanding of where Gretch is coming from, which I think this is something that production also set up because these girls are not friends. They came in together, yes, but they're not friends. Like, come on now. These little setup scenes are really starting to get on my nerves. Ooh, Gretchen look like never mind. This is not a talk about people's looks channel, so we're just gonna pull a screenshot and let y'all decide what she looks like. So Kelly is trying to explain to Gretch like why it's wrong for her to say the N word. Like that word has a lot of meaning behind it. She understands that black people made it cool, black people stayed, but she feels like only black people should be able to say the N word. And of course, Gretch has to explain herself and say she doesn't mean anything by it when she says it. It's just how she was raised. But you can tell that that's how she was raised because that word literally comes out with every sentence. But when you're around a group of black women that are telling you they're uncomfortable with you saying it, at least try to control how much you say, or at least say I'm sorry if you accidentally say it or something. Like, but for you to act like you really don't care, that's very like dismissive of you. She continued to say she's around a lot of black. I don't care how many black people you be around. If they tell you that they're uncomfortable with you saying a word, you need to respect that. Like, what the hell? People think because they're raised around black people that means they're one of us. No, it doesn't work like that. You will never have to go through what we go through when you sign papers and stuff. I'm pretty sure you put Caucasian white. So like, don't try to sit here and say just because you're around us that gives you a right. I don't agree with that. Gretchen gets in her confessional and says that she's never been derogatory with the term. My thing, if it's a derogatory term and you're not one of the people that are being derogatized, I don't know if that's a fucking word, but we're gonna use it. You're not one of the people that are being derogatized by the word. That does not give you the right to say it. Like, I hear what she's trying to say. She's not trying to be racist, but that's a derogatory term, which makes it derogatory for anybody else who's not black to say it. Like, come on, it's that simple. Like, she really explained her own problem. But she decides she needs to apologize again anyway. And yeah, I hope this apology is really sincere and that it actually goes better than what happened at the bonfire. But we're going to see. Okay, so in the next scene, Natalie sits down and she FaceTimes none other than Miss Asian Doll. And apparently people have been asking for her to be on the show, which I'm excited to see her on the show. She is very much a baddie to me. She fine as hell to me, and she's with the shit. So let's see what Miss Asian Doll can give us this season. Yeah. So she gets Asian Doll to explain her and Mariah Lynn's beef, which I've seen the screenshots, and Asian Doll was completely wrong. Should Mariah Lynn have spoke on it when it was Black History Month and some more shit? George Floyd had just died. We was very sensitive. Should Mariah have spoke on it? I really don't know. I don't think so. But was Mariah wrong for what she said? No. Wrong messenger, right message type shit. Like Mariah said what she said. You're being colorist for one. What do you mean nobody wants a chocolate? Like she said, chocolate girls are cute, but don't nobody want no dark ass B word. And what other is that than race? Like not racist, but colorist. Like, come on now. Mariah was right with what she said. So it's time for Natalie's infamous house meeting. So she calls everyone down and she just starts addressing the drama. She's telling the girls they really need to get it together because they're in Puerto Rico. They're here to enjoy themselves. And she's fake, acting like she doesn't want the girls to fight, even though we all know she wants the girls to fight. That's why she sets up the scenes the way she does. And honestly, I'm starting to think Lemmy Pepper makes Natalie set up the scenes so she looks like the bad guy, but I think he's like the mastermind behind it, and she's like the evil sidekick. So the first drama that gets addressed is Diamond and Miss Tinkerbell. Diamond apologizes for what happened at the auditions when she pulled her wig. She said I could have just, said, "Hey, excuse me, but I shouldn't have pulled your wig." Which honestly, she was wrong, but that's what the girls do at the auditions. They try to prove that they need to be on the show by fighting a girl randomly. I really don't understand it, but that's what they do. So Callie comes in and she explains what happened with her and Gretchen's conversation, and everyone's saying like how sweet Callie seems, and she really does seem like a sweet girl. Even Natalie and her sat beside each other, and they had beef at the beginning of the season, so you know it's cute to see them get to sit down by each other. And then Callie just leaves the room. Why she didn't get to stay in the room, I don't know, but she came to say what she had to say and she left. So Meatball, Sapphire, and Skyland enter the room, and Sapphire got this big ass pencil with this notepad, and she says what the notepad's for is writing down bitches' problems, and any bitch that got a problem, she's gonna write it down so nobody can forget what was said. And I really like that. Like everything's not about fighting. Sapphire to me is actually funny. Like we might not like her because of what happened last season, but we cannot sit here and say the girl ain't funny. Like she got the gags, and the giggles. She really do. Here enters Bianca, and she just sits down. I don't. Well, she do got drama with people, but we'll see if that gets addressed. I'm hoping they just let that shit go because every one of her beefs is pointless as fuck. I ain't gonna lie to you. Y'all, Natalie took Bianca pillow and put it between her legs. I would have been like, girl, if you don't go wash my motherfucking pillow, all the niggas you'd have been with in Hollywood. Like, what the ain't no way Natalie did that. She must be drunk. So enter Mariah, Biggie, and Tasiki. And I really like that Biggie wore her natural hair. Like this natural proof is doing something for me. Because little do y'all know, we never see natural hair from black girls on any of these TV shows. It's always a lace front. It's always a wig. So for the fact that Biggie wore her natural hair, it says a lot, bitch. It says a whole lot. So Natalie lets the girls know that Gretchen will be entering the room to give the girls a talk, and if Jayla wasn't comfortable with it, there would be no conversation at all. And Jayla's like, we can do it like Bad Girls Club style and vote the bitch out. And I'm with Jayla, like let's vote her out. She's not getting along with anyone. She's not having a good time. Like her time's really been ruined by all of this. So let's just send a girl packing. I'm with that. Y'all, so Jayla apologized to Biggie and she just lets her know like they were being mean girls on the internet and that she's so sorry and they gave each other a hug. That was good. I'm trying to understand why Biggie's still on YouTube talking mess if they like hugged it out and all that. Biggie, you're starting to look a little bad. Oh, here come Gretchen and Callie. Here comes Gretchen and Callie. You can tell the energy in the room instantly changes when Gretchen comes in the room. Like, come on now. Everyone hates this girl. So Gretchen gets to explaining herself, and she's saying with the whole N-word thing, she feels like she was misunderstood. She said when she was put in that situation, she felt like she was being attacked and by everybody in, which I can see that, but you got to understand the reasons why you were attacked. And she said she feels like she was snucked by Meatball, but they had beef already, so how was that a sneak? I don't really understand that. Y'all, Meatball got up and said, run it. And they start to fight. When I say Meatball slung this girl like she was a rag doll, not even a rag doll. She slung this girl like they be slinging goddamn towels and sheets when you get to folding them up. You know how you sling that bitch out before you fold it? That's exactly how she slung Big Gretch, y'all. Big Gretch need to change her name to Lightweight Gretch because what the fuck really just happened? That's basically the end of the episode, y'all. I'm kind of happy there was only one fight and it was at the end because usually the whole episode be a fight. So I feel like they kind of sat down and said, y'all, we need a good episode of no fighting, just talking, even though it was rather boring because we know what the girls were talking about. We just seen the last episode. Y'all don't need to review everything that happened in the previous episode every time. Like, come on now. But make sure y'all hop in those comments and let me know how y'all felt about the episode. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share this video with a friend. You know, we're trying to get this channel going. It was a spur of the moment idea because, you know, I don't know. I feel like I wanted to review some shows. Let me know what else you guys want me to review, and please come back. Thank you.